Fantastic event. I have to say, compared to 91, 95 when I played myself, and then to this World Cup, it was the best World Cup ever. One thing I'm really happy about is if you look at a team like Colombia, it's not that they just boot the ball and try to defend. You know, they keep possession and they're very comfortable with the ball. And I think that's a very good thing for women's soccer overall and going forward, because if you're comfortable with the ball, you have more options in the attack. Best time in my life, for sure. All the games. This team, they grow and we grow together. You look at the outcome, going play in Brazil and that wonderful goal by Abby. It's a team that grow and find the last minute, find the last strength, and we do it together. And of course the game against France, that for me was a hard time, because that heavy legs, I'm not happy with the performance, but they tried. My coaching staff, the assistant coaches, they did some good things in coaching, so we did it together again. And then the final. If you look at the performance of all those games, it's a team. 21 players act like a team, and we have players coming off the bench doing great stuff. Well, I start with myself because I was hurting, but I have to say the way we played made the difference. You know, bump into people saying that, what a great final. Not only one person, everybody says that. That is how I survived the World Cup 2011. But going forward, two things. I will mention over and over again, we didn't win, and there is something else we can do in order to win. But also we are winners because the way we played. We don't have to wait a couple of years. The Olympics is just around the corner and we have a qualification in January. So that is good for this team. Young players are important to mix up and blend with the older experienced player. It's almost like a reminder, not taking anything for granted. And as I said, people coming off the bench, like Alex Morgan coming off the bench and make the difference. Being around in the locker room, in meals, during meals, that you have a mix of group. I think that is very important. And the fact that they've been, if you look at Tobin Heath, she was with this team 2008. That's a great tournament. And now 2011, and still she didn't play every single minute. So you have to be patient, courage to be patient as a coach. All the players did great, young, older, with the staff. So that's why we had such a good time in Germany and won the silver medal. Everybody's gonna play. I will share the great atmosphere to those two games and celebrate a little bit. Then they have 6 weeks, and now they have to regroup, and we start over again in November, December, and January we have the qualification for the Olympics. So enjoy the moment. You know, tell yourself we did something good during the World Cup. I think it's necessary to change and build, because in order to avoid to take things for granted and do the same thing, it worked 2011, it will work next year. It won't, because you get complacent. So my job and the staff is to challenge the players. So we would change the system a little bit and still keep the playing style, defending, attacking, and counterattacks, but look at the formation a little bit. The first game against North Korea, I remember the two teams coming out to the pitch, lined up. This is the World Cup. And I know how much we've been working to make sure that we prepare the team. That's a wonderful moment. Also, Abby's goal 2-2 against Brazil, because in that game I felt that in the beginning of the game the crowd was rooting for Brazil. But it changed because we played such a good soccer, and we came back and we showed what our American attitude. It was absolutely fantastic. And I see Hope solo jumping. I see people, happy people, and it's almost unbelievable. And it was loud. I also remember press conference, how we are performing at the highest level, and all of a sudden I understood that in that press conference that people in the States, they were rooting for us and they were following us. It's so important to enjoy the moment. I can't remember the penalty kicks in the final. I have no clue. It's like I remember the chances. I remember the good feeling I had in the first half, in the locker room. Wow, this is a World Cup and we'll play the best soccer ever. I just forgot the penalty kicks.